Hi everyone. Today we will see one more Amazon or AWS natural language processing service. So we're going to look at Amazon Textract. In the previous video we look at Amazon Comprehend, and we did some hands-on with the boat to 3 library, and we did perform some kind of a natural language processing task like detecting sentiment from the text or finding the dominant language of the document or entities, extracting entities and even extracting key phrases. So why we are studying this, or why we are even doing hands-on with this kinds of services? Because most of the time when you are work on a business problem, you don't have a time to maybe fine tune or build your own machine learning models. Rather, you want to leverage the existing powerful machine learning model which is available as a service. And that is the reason why we are doing this thing. Or maybe sometimes you are as a developer and you don't need to get into the building those models. Rather, solve quickly this business problem, and maybe then you want to move to your your own fine tuned custom model kind of thing. So we're going to look at today the Textract, which is Amazon service, which is allowing us, or which is capable of extracting some text or handwriting or any data from a document. Now here, document could be any document, right? It could be a financial document like a check or loan application form, or any image you want to extract document from. So we will see what exactly the kind of documents we can deal with it. It could be PDF images, the document which has table or some kind of a forms, and it is more than just OCR, right? So we will see how to use those things. So for example, typical use case will be, let's say you have financial document. Now the financial document has a lot of things, maybe the interest rate or the applicant name, or finding some kind of a date or a signature. These all things you can extract with the Amazon Textract. So let's try to see how we can use it. So if you go to your AWS console, and you can here I have already used, you can search, let's say Amazon Textract, and you could see this service, right? So you can click on this service, Amazon Textract. Okay, and here you can read about more, right? That you can automatically extract and all these things. Let's click on try Amazon Textract. So here is a console or interface. Here you can try, literally you can upload your document and see how it recognizes before even trying to do this thing with the Python. So you can see we have one sample document here, right? And this document, you can see some kind of a financial statement or earnings and all these things. So this is the document, and these are right side the things the Amazon Textract is able to extract. So currently we are at the raw text tab, and so it is able to find all this raw text present in this particular document. Now this document could be image, it could be uh, PDF. So you see there is a signature also it has detected. So this is how the you can even if I could zoom, you can see it has those text, right? So you see this CO file depth and all. This is something it is able to extract, and those numbers and all, right? So this is like OCR, optical character recognition. So it is able to extract. Not only that, sometimes you will have a forms where user can enter, let's say it is in a loan application. So you will be putting, let's say you the customer's mobile number, customer name. These are all things you put it into the forms. So you can extract those. It will detect certain forms present where user usually put a value. So it is able to detect certain things which can be entered, or a customer can enter or user can enter in terms of a form value. So it is able to detect the social security number, the pay date, the marital status, and all these things. These all things come under the forms. It can also extract tables if there are some tabular structure present. So you could see it has extracted 9 tables. The first table you can see, this is the first row, second row. So it has detected this is the first table, right? This is the first. What is the second one? Second one, it is detected, I guess. Which one is this? This one, yeah. This is the second table. It has detected the earning statement and all this thing. So this is how it is able to extract certain parts from the document: raw text, forms, tables, even the signatures. You can it has able to it is able to detect the number of pages is one. Yeah, total signature detected one. And if you click on where is that signature, it will highlight. See, here is the signature it has detected. Maybe this is a crucial because maybe you want to detect where is the signature located. You can get that part of that particular signature and maybe run some computer vision model to verify whether that signature is correct or not, and they maybe automatically approve the you know that particular check. So these are the use cases, say, right? You can come up with your any use cases. We need to currently I'm focusing on the capabilities more of like what we can do with this thing. And this is also interesting. Other part is the queries where you can literally ask questions on the basis of this document, right? So it has already come up with certain questions, what is the YTD gross pay, what is the gross pay for this particular period, and it has also extracted the answer. So you can, let's say you can see here, we can see this earning part here. Let me zoom bit. Here is the earning. Here is the regular. I'm not sure how much it is visible. Let me see whether yeah, here now it should be better visible, right? You see there is earnings, there is a regular earning, overtime, holiday, and all this thing. Let's ask some question. Maybe we can ask, what is the regular earning? Okay, what is regular earning, right? Maybe we can ask this question and submit the query and see what happens. Okay, it has detected 320. So you can see it is correct. So in the earnings, we have a regular row, that particular thing, and the total there is a 320, right? The value associated with, and it is able to detect that particular value. So these are the use cases, right? The raw text, forms, tables, queries, right? You can play around it. Even you can upload your own documents here, and maybe let me see if I can upload. Yeah, choose a document, maybe yeah, I have one check I downloaded from Kaggle. Maybe we can try that document. Okay, so I uploaded this my own document, which is, you can see here is a check is, and then it is asking what kind of things you want to extract. Maybe let's say we are interested in maybe we don't have any tables, but maybe form value or something. Let's say this form we are care about the query, no, not query. Let's say we only care about the signature and the form, and we can say apply configuration. And so it will try to process this document for the things that we care about, that is the forms and the signature. And you see, first thing, it is able to detect this raw text. And if we could zoom and see what is on the top, you see here something we have on the top. I'm not able to, maybe, yeah, let me scroll it here and see. So we see the face of the document, something like that. This statement, it is able to detect the face of this document, right? So this is our document, and lot of other text. It has also detected some, maybe the name or whatever the content we have. This is Wales Fargo Bank name. It has detected all these things, right? So let's see what form values it has detected. So it is, let me, yeah, it is able to detect, let's say, some kind of a number, which is here, you can see that one. It can highlight some date it has. So this is what form values, where you can manually enter those values. And so this is very much important, right? You still have a lot of processes which involves physically, where you have to fill up some form, and this is the automated way of extracting that information and digitizing that information. Let's look at whether it has detected signature. Yes, it has detected one signature, and you could see here is that signature. So you see it is working good. We are able to. So that is what I wanted to show you. First of all, you can play with this service in the console and see whether it is able to solve your problem. If it is able to solve, then you can access this service programmatically, and that's what we're going to do now. So I have this Google Colab notebook. You can see here I limit as a Amazon Textract. Let me connect to this, and again we're going to require a Boto3 library. So last tutorial also we have saw that we have used the Boto3 library, right? So this is the Amazon client library, which we can use to connect the different services of the Amazon. It could be your S3 bucket. Here we use for the comprehend. What does it require? It require your access key and secret key. So let's, and this is actually username, this one. So maybe let's, rather than using some my existing key, let's create a user, so that you can also familiar. So let's go to this IAM, where we can actually create users, give them a permission, and we can decide whether they should have programmatic access or not. So that's what we're going to see. We will create one user now. So let's see, left side we have users. Let's click on that users, and let's create one user. Let's click on this add users, and maybe I will give the same name what we have here, right? This Textract. This is the username I will choose. Okay, let's give the username as a Textract, and then here it is asking us, do we want to give a programmatic access? Yes, definitely, we want to give programmatic access. We don't need any console access. We just need a programmatic access. So let's click on the next permissions. Let's give some permission to it. So you can see attach existing policies and directories. So let's click on this attach existing policies, and I will search Textract service here. Okay, and I'm going to give Amazon Textract full access to this particular user so that they can access programmatically. Maybe when you deal with your real application, you might want to give a granular access, but here I am, for demo purpose, I want to give, full access to this particular service. I will also actually select comprehend again because I wanted to combine both, the previous service that we use, which is comprehend, and also the Textract, right? So let's give the both the services access to this user so that we can try, and maybe the next and review. So you see details. Username is a Textract. It has programmatic access, and these are the Textract and the comprehend. So let's create the user. Once we create the user, we should get the credentials. So you see, we got the access key and we got the secret key or a secret key. Okay. So let me copy this first access key. Let's first copy the username. And this is our boto3 syntax, which required your username, region. My by default region is US Eastern region. If you're not sure which one is your region, you can click here, you see, and here you should see which is your actually region. You see US East one, that is the region that I'm using. And what else we want? Yeah, we want access key and secret key. So let's copy first access key, right? Let's paste it here and also get the secret key. Sorry, yeah. Let's click on it, copy. Okay, so we have all the credentials now. Okay, I should have installed it meanwhile, right? So let's install the Boto3 library. And once we install, then we can use this Boto3 library to connect any AWS service. So here we are connecting with the Textract. So let me, run the Textract, this thing, yeah. And yeah, so we are able to connect. Also, I'm using that OCR image, right? Because that image I'm going to process the same image that you see here, right? From where did I took this image from one Kaggle dataset. So there is one Kaggle dataset of the bank check. I have put the link into the collab notebook, so you can also try. And I just, this is the dataset. I just pick up only one check from it. And let me show you which check is this. No such a, I haven't okay, let me let me upload that file here on the collab. Okay, so let me upload it. It uploaded now, and let me try again. So let me try again. I'm using this PIL Python library to to see the image in the this Jupyter notebook or a collab notebook. I hope we have enough zoom. Yeah. So this is what the same image that we tried there. So this is the check. You know, here I think there is a bank name, there is the amount, there is a not check number. It could be check number. This is the date, and all this information we have. And let's see, we can extract everything from signature and all these things, right? So this is the image that we have. And once we have this image, what I'm doing here again, yeah. So when you use boto3 library, so this is the boto3, we can get this Textract client, and we have a couple of functions, right? This is one of the powerful function called analyze document. It's going to analyze everything, text, your extract those table, forms, signature, everything. This is detect document text. This is more of like OCR, right? It is able to detect all the text present in your document. Again, the document could be your anything. It could be maybe, I think, PDF or images, anything. We just need to pass that thing. So if you click on any of this service, let's say detect document text is the function, right? And it's see what it can do. It can take image, PDF, and this kinds of format it can take. And eventually, this is our request syntax. So we call it like detect document text function of our service, which is nothing but our text tract. And this is what we need to pass. So we have to pass either to one of them. You can pass your data or your that document as a bytes, or you can give an S3 object location. So for this example, I'm going to pass it as a bytes, right? So let's do that thing. So let me go back to the notebook here, right? You see, So this is why I'm simply reading a image file here, and I'm gonna image read, and I'm converting into the byte array. So this is just standard Python byte array, and I'm storing in that image variable. And then once I have these bytes, which is this, then I'm calling the client, which is nothing but we loaded that service and a function called detect document text. And finally, I'm passing document as a bytes and our bytes, and we will get the response. If everything is fine, let's have credential and all, then we should be getting a response. So you see, we got some response from the Amazon Textract service. Seems to be huge response, right? And the interesting thing in the response could be a document metadata. We have only one page or one document. This is something interesting, which is the blocks. Here we have all our detected text, the blocks. Let's read about this block. What is this block? So this was the request syntax. See what is response syntax? In the response, we will get the blocks. Okay, and the blocks is nothing but the list of block, and each block could be either a page, it could be one line detected in your document, it could be even word table. These are the things which can act like a block. But what exactly the block? So the block represent the item that are recognized in a document within the group of pixel. So when you upload your document, it could be an image or a PDF or something, whatever it has recognized. Now that recognition could be your whole line, it could be a even word. This all recognized thing is simply called as a block. So in our case, the block could be anything. It could be the page, it could be that particular line, it could be the word, right? So that's what it mean here. So the block could be your page, which contain all the list of line as a block. So if you have a block which is page, then you will also have its children's, which are actually the line blocks, right? So it's an hierarchical nature, and the line will have all the blocks, those word blocks, whatever that line contains. So let's not go into detail of this. Let's directly see an example. And if you want, we can look at certain blocks. So we know that in the response we have blocks. Let's look at the first block we got. Okay, you see the first block we got is actually called the page block. So now this block actually represent our document that what we have sent, and it has it has some ID associated with that block, and maybe what else important? Yeah, the relationships. You can see this particular block has many child, and these are child. Since this is the page, this child will be mostly our lines. Each line detected will be a child. So let's look at the next block. What we have, this is 0. Let's see what is the block at the index 1. Yeah, we got some line block at this particular index, and you see this is the line it has detected. The face of this document has a blue check. Maybe this is the first line in that document. This one, the face of this document has a blue check background. This one, this is what it detected, and this is a child of that particular page, or this is one of the block which is of type, sorry, not this one, right? Block type is a line. So if you want to extract this text from the document, then we actually interested in the block type called line, and that's what we're going to do. So you can check, there will you can see how many blocks, you can check the length of this particular thing, right? Let's look at the maybe the 50th block what we have, just random. And you can see this is the block called word. So even each page is a block. Inside that page, each line is a block, and even inside that line, each word is a block. And here you could see this line has a many child, which are nothing but our words. So this is overall hierarchy. So let's extract only the block type line, because those are the detected lines that we are interested. So we're going to iterate through the response blocks, and for each block, let's call it as an item, and we will check does this block type is equal to line. If it is line, we're just going to print the text associated with the block. This is the text field, right? Each block has this text field. And one more thing I'm doing, I'm just collecting all this text in the variable called text. So let's run this thing, and you see this all the text we detected from this. So you could see we detected this, the face, that thing, the bank name, and all those things got detected, right? And here we have collected all that text in a single string. Here is this thing, right? So why did I collected all this thing? Because as I told you, right, last time we have seen a service called comprehend. What is comprehend does? Comprehend takes any text and try to make sense of that particular document. It can find some entities, sentiment, and everything from document. Now since we are able to extract the text from your images, your PDF files, next thing we want to make sense of that document. So this is how you can combine multiple AWS services to solve your business problem. So let's take this text that we extracted from the check and then pass to a comprehend service and see what kind of entities it is able to detect, right? That's what we're going to do. Maybe I need to copy, the access key and secret key here again, because those are the old access key and secret key. So let me copy from the top where it is. Yeah, here it is, AWS access key. Maybe I should copy everything this thing. Username is same, only the, okay, this was not the username, sorry. This was actually the service that we want to, okay. So this Textract is not actually the username. We don't need a username, we only require the access key and secret key. This is actually the service, and then IAM, this particular thing will take care whether that particular access key and secret key has access to that service or not, right? So maybe that was my mistake, it is not the right. So let's copy this AWS access key and secret key, because we know we have given both the services access to this particular thing. And let me go back to that section again where it is. Yeah, here it is, right? Let me paste it here. Okay, so now we have the service name which has access to this particular thing. So what we are doing, we have seen the last time, right? So we are getting this comprehend client, because here we are putting service name as a comprehend, and then we are calling the detect entities, and it require a text, and the text we are sending is the one we actually got it from the check. So, and the language is English. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make a pandas data frame out output response. If you're not sure, I hope you have watched the previous video. If not, you can just go through it, right? Let me show you what we get, right? So if you look at, when we call detect entities on any text, we actually get the list of entities detected. So each entity is actually the type and the text, and that's what we're going to get. So I'm just going to pass those response, all the list of entities, and create some data frame so that we get the tabular structure to see. Okay, so here we got, so you see these are, each row here is the one entity detected. So there are 18 entities detected. What is each entity? You see the type. The first entity it has detected called organization. What is the name of the the value associated with Wells Fargo Bank? This name it has detected as an organization, right? And it is telling where does it is located in the text. This is maybe the character number 129th character to 150th, this character. This is also an organization. This is I'm not sure. Okay, it is not able to detect what is this thing. Here also this thing also it is able to detect as an organization. This is detected as a location. Any interesting thing? Yeah, this things as a person. Yeah, this is able to detect as a quantity, the number, right? The money, it is detected as a quantity. Even the word, this $12,000 42 cents, everything has been detected as a quantity. That is good thing. Now, you see certain things it is not able to detect. This particular thing, it is not able to detect what it is. It is not able to detect this thing, and it has marked as other. This is where custom name entity recognition come into the picture, right? The custom name entity recognition. And if you're not familiar, I have already made a video that how to build a custom name entity recognition model using, let's say, Spacey, so that you can identify your own entities. In this case, it could be a financial entities, right? So this is how, and this is how you can combine two services, the Textract and the comprehend we together, right? So the last thing I wanted to show you, right, that how do we locate that signature? Because once you're able to locate that signature, maybe you can take that signature and you have other comparing model which compare that signature with the existing customer signature to decide whether it's a valid signature or not, right? So we're going to call one more function called analyze document. If you forget, the earlier we call I think detect text. Which one did we call? Where it is here, detect document text. Now we are calling analyze document or something, right? Analyze the document. Same thing, we're going to pass those same bytes what we have, but here we are saying that we are interested in signature, right? So same way we're going to iterate through the response, and then we're going to only interested in a block type signature. Earlier we took a block type line, now we are taking signature. And I'm just storing that particular block into this particular block, and we will process it later. So let me call the service and get that particular block. So here is, we got our signature block, something similar what we have seen here, right? This is our signature block that when we tried. So what we got from this block, we got a block type signature. That's what we took. and it got some bounding box around it. So it has located, no, not located, it is telling what is the width, height, and all these coordinates of that particular block. Now I haven't, you know, gone into too much details of this geometry and the polygon on something. So there is a sample code from Amazon that you can go through. I just put a link here which has some helper function how to point, that particular section of your document, draw some bounding box around it. So these are some helper function. I didn't go much into detail, but I have put a link here, right? The one of the thing I pick up is the function called, uh, show bounding box. So we know that there is a signature. We just want to draw some rectangle and around it so that we can point out, right? That's what I wanted to show you here. So this is one helper function again taken from this same thing. This is the same function, show bounding box. What does it do? So it actually going to draw something on our image. So it is going to draw a rectangle, and this is the location where it is going to draw, and this particular function is able to get that location where to draw. So first what we do, we take the image dot size, we got the width and height of the image. Then this is image draw, this is coming from that PIL library. So image draw, we use the draw function, and this is the image we give. So we got some kind of a draw, maybe handler or object. This we can use to draw something on this image, right? Now this we are calling the show bounding box. Okay, this is our draw object. And where to draw, this is where we got from the AWS response. Signature block has this geometry, and then it has a bounding box. We are passing that bounding box here, and the image width, height, and the color of our rectangle that we want to draw. That's what it is taking. So here, draw is that object, the box is the bounding box. Now box has those left and top and everything, right? You saw it has a left and top, and then it is using some, this particular logic to find the left and top corner of the rectangle that we want to draw, and finally it is drawing here. So let's not go too much details into it. You could always check those helper function and learn more about them. And let's see whether we are able to draw. Okay, we got some error. So it is saying buffer reader object has a no attribute size. So there is no. Let me see what is inside the image then. What is inside this image? Yeah, it is a buffer reader. Yeah. Oh, this is the thing what we have, right? And it is saying, let's see what is helper function. How they have read the image. Let me see. Okay, they got image from the S3, and they are simply calling image dot open and image. Let's say we will call image dot open, and we will get that. Maybe let's say we can try this thing. Image dot open. Let me take the path of our image and give it to it. Instead of stream, we have directly path of image, and so this is the image we have, and we will see. So this is again image is from PIL, right? That what we have, and this is the image. Let's see whether it works with this syntax. So we read it image. Now let's see whether we can get the again width and height from this PIL of that image. Okay, seems to be this particular thing ran. Now we got the width and height. What is the width and height? How does it look? Okay, this is something like we got maybe this width and height. Again, we need to go and study what is PIL library, what all these things. So now since we are able to get this draw object with width and height, let's see whether we are able to draw literally and find the signature, right? Okay, so it is taking our draw object, the bounding box coordinates that what we have, the image width and height, and going to draw some rectangle around it. Okay, you see, we got to draw some rectangle here. It is. Here it is. This is what. So drawing rectangle is just for the sake of showing where it is located, but usually you just want those coordinates so that you can extract that part of the image, and maybe then you use another machine learning to compare this image with something you already have existing and confirm whether this signature is correct or not, right? Or to validate that signature. That is something you do. I know I was not good at explaining this thing because even I haven't spent much time into it, but yes, I have given you the link. Go through this helper function. There is a lot more you can do with this thing. Actually, there is a big code is here. I tried to put something here which I could show the demo, and then anyway I'm going to show with you, sorry, share with you this particular code so that you can go and try yourself, right? Let me save it. I think it got some issue with saving. Yeah, so yeah, this is what we have. Maybe video might have got this particular long. Overall, we use the Textract service, which is capable of extracting text, and that text could be your forms data. It could be the table, a normal raw text, signature, and everything, right? We can extract, and again you can take that extracted text and then call a comprehend service and get more insights from that text. This is what you can do. So you will be having access to this code. Try yourself and see, right? So I hope you found this video useful. I'm thinking to cover more of such a service of Amazon or maybe some other cloud provider later, which you as a developer or as a data scientist quickly build solutions using it, right? And maybe in the next couple of video I would like to have more concrete use case, right? And or more end-to-end product kind of building with whatever the exercise we have done. I hope you found this video useful. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Bye.